Hi guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Xayah updated commentary guide. So as you guys knew, sooner or later this was gonna come, and I'm still working on a complete guide of Xayah. Of course, she's one of the top 80 carry picks at the moment, and we're gonna be doing a Xayah Thresh lane. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about the build later on, but the action begins right at the beginning of the bonding. So here at ward, Ezreal steps right up. Somehow Thresh misses the hook, which is really unfortunate because we don't get the kill on the Ezreal because of that. If the hook landed, Ezreal would be dead by now, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, what can you do about it? So here, I get off a lot of damage on the Lulu. Obviously, Xayah outdamages Lulu, and Lulu, of course, is targeting the Thresh, so not really the best trade for them. So now the enemy bot lane are both low, and Thresh lands a like max range hook, redeems herself, and gets us the first blood. So I am actually trying out multiple builds. So in this game, I'm going to go Essence Reaver into Solari Charge Blade into Navori Quickblades. Another different build that I'm also trying out is Essence Reaver into Infinity Edge into Solari Charge Blade. So you know, I haven't concluded out of these two which is the better build, but your last two items are always going to be Moral Reminder and Guardian Angel. Of course, you always want to go Moral Reminder for the Grievous Wounds because slow is not that strong on Xayah. Here, Thresh lands in a hook with a nice follow-up play. We get some feathers on the ground, and we don't have to really recall them. We just get the kill on the Ezreal. We don't even have to go for the Lulu because Ezreal, of course, is a more important target, and Lulu backs. So yeah. So I don't really know which is the better build at the moment, but by the time we get to the complete guide, I will actually, of course, probably know which is the better build at that point in time. But for today, we're going for the Navori Quickblades build. And of course, if you guys enjoy, you know, all these guides and all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So Xayah is really strong at the moment just because of her safety. She has always been strong because of her safety. So she normally goes for Xayah. So she has Xayah's GA and her ult, 3 safety tools in total in the late game. So that is really strong, of course, just being safe. And now with the new items, the Essence Reaver, of course she is a spellcast oriented AD carry. So with the Essence Reaver, she's going to be doing a lot of damage. And with the Solari Charge Blade, with her quick cooldown on her Q, she can proc it really often. Here I'm just going to quickly change so we can actually see the Fog of War. Turn on the Fog of War for the enemy team because I want you guys to see my point of view in the game. So here obviously we have a lead, so we're going to be aggressing. I've hit level 5, I take the Lantern in, but unfortunately Thresh doesn't really land the hook. So can't do too much there. We're just going to be harassing them as much as possible because I am already 2-0, so we're obviously way stronger than the enemy bot lane at the moment. Ezreal still only has a long sword, whereas we already almost have our Essence Reaver completed. Very nice hook landed by the Thresh, flay back towards our team. I do pick up the kill on the Ezreal. Mastery is on the chase. I'm laying as many feathers as possible before I pull back on the feathers. Mastery comes in, but I'm unfortunately a little bit too strong for him, so I am 4-0. Diana actually comes in and finishes off the kill on the Lulu while we back to pick up some health as well as our Essence Reaver, of course.
What the heck? I deserve it.
So we pick up the Essence Reaver, and we even have enough to go for the Gluttonous Greaves. So Xayah, of course, you always go for the Hunter Vampirism for the lifesteal, since now, even last time, you don't actually have any lifesteal in the build. Now, actually, for the last item, GA, when the GA is on cooldown and if you have a lot of gold, you can actually trade it out for either a Death's Dance or even a Bloodthirster. So between those two items, I'm honestly not sure which is better. I'd rather go for Death's Dance just for more safety, so you can take damage more slowly and lifesteal it back. But of course, Bloodthirster is also an option, and with the crit on Bloodthirster, you will have a 100% crit even without the Solari Charge Blade passive. But I recommend the Death's Dance instead of the Bloodthirster. So here I am 4-0. So we are actually gonna try to just force the Infernal Dragon, just because of how ahead we are. Unfortunately, the dragon has reset, so we are just gonna go for the Infernal Dragon, just because, I mean, we're so ahead at this point we can just force. I'm level 7, and majority of the enemy team isn't. I mean, actually, the Yi and Yasuo is. Darius just hit 7. Unfortunately, here Yasuo actually comes in. Diana is pretty low. She got ignited, and Diana tries to salvage the situation. Unfortunately, she dies before she can get off a smite, and I get hit by the Yasuo ultimate and get hit by his auto attack right before I could make my escape. So unfortunately, I die there. So obviously, this dragon fight wasn't the best. Now, of course, it is a 50-50 dragon fight, but with how ahead we are, I expected that we would come out on top. Unfortunately for us, that is not the case. And obviously this is PvP, so we have a Darius mirror match in the top lane where our Darius is losing. So I shouldn't say losing, but I should say he just got killed. The Dariuses are both 2 and 2, so it's relatively even in that sense. And now Darius is actually up on goal, so I wouldn't say he's losing. Wrong choice of words there, but he just got solo killed, unfortunately for him. Thresh hooks right into the minion, unfortunately. So, my dual partner Zenri's kind of learning how to play Thresh, so probably we won't see the best Thresh gameplay in here, because this was only, I think, her second or third Thresh game. But here, Diana and Thresh have stepped up. We're kind of executing a dive on them. I take the tower aggro because I'm at full health. Flash out, of course, so I don't die, and Diana picks up a double. I wouldn't say it's the cleanest of dives, but we got the job done. So here Master Yi actually turns up, and Yasuo as well. So here, Yasuo's wind wall really irritating for Xayah. Here I ult, get the off onto the Yasuo, dodge out the tornado, and finish off Master Yi for the kill. Here get hit by the Ezreal ultimate, inconsequential. It doesn't really do that much damage at the moment. Ezreal only has his mana mute, doesn't even have a sheen. Yasuo actually has gone for an interesting Storm Razor start. Now, as I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, I'm honestly not too sure what is the best Yasuo build at the moment. I see a lot of Yasuo's going for Charge Blade into Bork, so maybe that's the good build for Yasuo, but Master Yi definitely not the optimal build. Master Yi doesn't really build Blade of the Ruined King anymore, so we do know Master Yi is not using the optimal build. Thresh barely misses a hook again, but we already have our essence ruler completed, and we almost have our Charge Blade completed as well, so we're really strong at the moment. Of course, we have insane wave threat, at least compared to Ezreal, so we are always going to have lane priority. Nice hook onto the Ezreal, and Ezreal is just gone. Lulu's ult is not going to do too much for him at this point. He's only worth 150 gold, because he's 0-5 and 0, but we're just going to take the first tower, and Lulu oversteps, gets rooted, gets flayed, and just gets auto attacked down. Lulu is worth 350, way more than Ezreal, because she actually isn't feeding as much as him. She's actually 1-3 and 3. Not as bad as the Ezreal, obviously, but yeah. So we're just gonna pick up our items, and in the meanwhile, there's a fight that just finished up at bot lane. Nothing too much comes of it. Master Yi does die. We also pick up the Xayah's Hourglass. Now, as you guys can see, the Yasuo is doing pretty well for himself. He's 3-1 and 2, so I want to pick up the Xayah's just because you can dodge the Yasuo tornado like that. However, you can't dodge the Yasuo point and click E. So if he E's through all the minions, he E's onto you and hits you with his Q, empowered Q with the knockup, you cannot dodge that at all. Really nice wind wall by the Yasuo right there. You can't dodge that. So he has technically a point and click knockup if he gets into range, which shouldn't really be the case. But just in case, I know it happens from time to time, so I do want to actually get the Xayah's just so I can Xayah's something like here where I ulti so I don't get hit by the Yasuo knockup. If not, I would get hit by his ultimate and things wouldn't really be too good for me. Basically, as long as I can stop the Yasuo from ulting me, and Master Yi doesn't just solely focus me down. Basically, I'll always be winning the fights at this point in time because I'm 8-1 and 4 at the moment, so I'm really strong. I'll always be winning the fights as long as Yasuo doesn't knock me out. If Yasuo knocks me out, I'll probably just die instantly. If the enemy team probably has enough damage to like insta burst me from like Yasuo's ult, so I probably just die. If not, I have a sliver of health. I can probably try to Xayah's and ult away, but it normally doesn't work out because Xayah, for her to ult away and kite effectively, she needs at least like a quarter or a third health so she can like kite and pull back feathers and just lifesteal in general. But you normally find yourself get hit by the Yasuo ultimate, you probably find yourself at just a sliver of health, so it really isn't gonna work out all that well. So yeah, here we're just gonna push and get this minion wave. We can see Ezreal in the bot lane, so we know that probably not no one's gonna be here. Master Yi just turned up though because Dragon is up, so understandable why he's here. Unfortunately, we're just really strong. I can't actually interrupt him with a root, so he does actually get off his meditate. But me and Thresh, we just finished up the kill. And of course, with Master Yi out of the way, we can just go for the dragon ourselves. Now, our Diana herself isn't on the map, but she is going to respawn before Master Yi. However, I don't expect anybody to contest this mountain dragon, so we are simply just going to get it ourselves. Of course, strategy with Xayah is to get down as many feathers as possible, pull them back. Get down as many feathers as possible and pull them back, and when taking the dragon, of course, or even in fights if possible. But of course, it's very easy to do on dragon, where dragon just stays still and and it's not really running away from you or anything. Of course, it's a lot hard to do in fights. Here you guys can see we're critting basically almost on all of our attacks, because we have a 75% crit rate after using a skill, courtesy of the Navori Charge Blade. Here I actually get knocked out, but thankfully Yasuo doesn't ult me. Probably a good choice with Yasuo, because he'll be running into 4 people if that was the case. Here I get a kill onto Ezreal, and just staying in the back line, just picking up them kills. Another kill for me. Gonna hit Lulu over the wall for our triple kill, and Master Yi comes in. So I get a really nice root on him and then kite him out for the quadra kill. That could have been a penta kill. Unfortunately, I believe Diana took one of the kills, so it's not a penta kill, but it could have been. So as you guys can see, we're really, really strong at the moment. As long as we're not in the front line, as long as we don't get caught out, we can essentially do whatever we want. Xayah, of course, is really good at playing front to back. She's not like a Kaisa or anything that you don't really want to jump in or anything. So here, what I did say did just happen, which is the fact that I got caught out. So we are trying to greed for that mid inhib. Unfortunately, the whole enemy team respawns and gets onto me. I managed to Zhonya's, but I didn't even manage to ult, because the moment I got out of my Zhonya's, I got insta bursted. So that is the minor problem with Xayah. If you don't get opportunities to use her safety tools, there's nothing you can do about it. She's not tanky in the slightest. So unfortunately, we die there. So really unfortunate. But what can we really do about it? We do pick up Navori Quickblades, and we are almost on to our Mole Reminder. So now here I'm gonna bring in the debate of the Navori Quickblades versus the Infinity Edge. So with Navori Quickblades, you get your abilities faster, and considering Xayah's main point of damage is the pullback on her feathers at her E, getting Navori Quickblades is good in a sense that it gives you your cooldowns faster, so you can E more often, you can in fact cast all your abilities more often, so you can also proc Charge Blade's passive more often as well. But with Infinity Edge, it gives you more AD, and it also makes you crit more. So your crits hit harder, I should say. So on your basic attacks, you'll have even more crit damage. So basically, it's a trade-off between your auto attack having more damage or your abilities having I wouldn't say more damage, but having your abilities up more often to cast them more often, which indirectly leads to you having more ability damage. So honestly, I'm not really sure which is better, as I've said at the start of the video. Here, Yasuo over stats. He can win wall my basic attacks, but he can't win wall the feathers behind him. So Yasuo makes a little bit of a boo-boo there, and of course falls to my feathers. Here I'm just putting a ward on Baron, because it's the only real major objective up on the map at the moment. So good to have some vision on it. So yeah, honestly, I feel that both builds are really good. I honestly feel that it might be a matter of personal preference, whether you prefer the Navori Quickblades build or you prefer the Infinity Edge build. Now personally, I kind of like the Navori Quickblades build a little bit better, at least at the moment. Here Diana getting caught out, Zhonya's, and actually brings the Master Yi over, and we basically screw him over. Like, he gets hit by Diana, so he gets hit by all my auto attacks, and he's gone. So honestly, we could have done Baron here. Darius is split pushing the top lane, and Master Yi is dead. But we choose not to, and we choose to just shove mid. On hindsight, probably the worst decision out of the two, because they would have to rotate to Darius to stop him, which is exactly what they're doing here. So at this time, we could have been doing Baron, but instead we're actually just going to pick up the mid inhib, which honestly isn't a too bad option as well, because after all, Baron is meant for pushing, so getting the mid inhib is also really good. Like I said in some of my videos before, between getting an inhib and Baron, inhib is always better. But with Baron at this stage of the game, we could possibly get 2 hits. Here I realize there's a 6 HP tower, so I'm just going to walk into range and auto attack at once. Of course, I am a tad out of position here, so I'm just going to hightail it you know, back into a better position. So here at this point in time, my team is like about 10k gold ahead. There's almost no way we can lose the game unless we just throw it. So here I take the Thirst Lantern to join the fight. Darius actually gets a reset and gets his max stacks onto me. Thankfully, I managed to kill him off before he can really ult me or do anything. And here, I get hit by the Yasuo ultimate, and as expected, I die. So, as I said, if I get hit by the Yasuo ultimate, I'm basically screwed. So here, unfortunately, exactly what I said is happening yet again, which is that we're throwing the game. So here, the enemy gets a 4-for-1 trade, which is really good for them, obviously. And actually, that was a huge injection of gold for their team. That was like 4k gold, so we're no longer 10k gold ahead of them. We're only like about 6k gold ahead of them now. And the enemy team can also pick up the Baron because it's on the map. So, not taking Baron, there would be when we had the chance, maybe having bigger repercussions than what we expected. So here, enemy team is gonna unfortunately pick up the Baron. So, not the best situation for us. But here I'm at full build now. Have my Guardian Angel, I have my Xayahs, and I have everything, and I have my ultimate up. So I have every safety tool up at the moment. So here I'm just gonna pick up the red buff. And now with Xayah's new build, she does so much more damage than what she did. Last time you would have to use a full rotation of your abilities with the pullback on your feathers to get the red buff, but now you don't even have to do that. So you can visibly see how much more damage Xayah does. So we're critting for 586 per attack. So here, our enemy team has Baron. Fortunately, we have relatively good wave states. So we're just gonna just pick up the dragon before they can even respawn. They do manage to get a ward in, but of course too little too late. Of course I'm gonna have to go top, clear the top wave. Actually no, Ari's gonna do that. We get a catch onto the Ezreal, and Ezreal is gone. Darius goes into our entire team. Darius is gone. And Yasuo gets exhausted. He gets caught out. Yasuo's gone. And Lulu gets caught out as well. I flash forward to try to finish off the kill. Don't manage to do so. But at this point in time, basically we have just won the game. Only Master Yi and Lulu are left to defend, so we can easily just push in the mid wave and force the end of the game. Like so. So here, enemy team still has Baron, but there's really not too much they can do about it. So here we're just going to force the end of the game. As you guys can see, we pick up the quick victory over there. So anyways guys, can expect the Xayah complete guide to be out soon. So thanks for watching the video guys, and I'll leave you guys with the stats as usual. And goodbye.